I put on with LBC. I put on with LBC. Yeah, I put on with LBC. On with LBC. I put on with LBC. On with LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charts glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's the wave we ride. I've been grinding through the night, while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put on for LBC, on for LBC. I put on for LBC, on for LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Crypto hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put on for LBC, on for LBC. I put on for LBC, on for LBC. From the charts to the stage, man, you know who it be. It's that Lunar Beaches fam putting on endlessly.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Thank you all for being here. I do greatly appreciate you all. You all are absolutely amazing. Hope you all had an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical Tuesday. I did. I had a pretty solid Tuesday. Outside of trading. Trading was okay. I mean, no gains, small loss, yet again. I'll explain and I'll break it down, because it shouldn't have been that way, but, you know, I might just have to quit my job, to put it plainly. No. When you're in areas where you don't have any service, it kind of sucks, but, and then you like get to the next job and you look at the chart and you're like, when you get in service and you're like, there's the tap, there's this, there's that, clear signal. So I missed the move to the upside. It is what it is. And then I did something else to the downside, and we'll get into that. Yeah, still doing pretty good, still in the positive, so that's good. Let's go ahead and say good evening to the chat. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Good evening, Mike Volmer. Mike. How you doing, bro? Thank you for being here. Alexandra G. Mod Boss, Mod Queen, Mod God. Thank you for being here, Alexandra G. And thank you for pinning the Discord link in the chat. I do greatly appreciate you for doing that for me. We've got maybe a Bandage in here. What's going on, Band-Aid? Thank you for being here. What's going on, Harp? How you doing? How you doing? We got all set in here. Good evening, fam. Good evening, good evening. And I totally forgot Billy Goat Tales tonight. And that Piper was on it. So I got home and, you know, look, between a toddler and a newborn, plus a wife, oh, and 2 other kids, hands are kind of full, all right? Hands are kind of full. So I try to make everything that I can, and, you know, it is what it is. But I will try and go and listen to that replay. Ran into that when I was at Bungalow. Wait, break it down. Some here missed along this morning and screwed up the afternoon short. Oh, same here. LBC preaching my days too. Hard to keep up with half as signal. Yeah, man. That's the thing. BGT was canceled? Is that like the first one? Wait, is that why I saw Dave on Alex O's show? Why was it canceled? Someone sick? Billy sick? Sickness is going around. Sickness is in my household, and I'm trying to dodge it like freaking Matrix. Just no, don't. I can't afford it. Like literally, can't afford it. We're going to work half dead. It's good to do the charts. That's what everybody's here for. All right. Look at Chart Prime calling this pump here. This is a 15-minute chart too. But we're going to go down to the 5. We're going to get rid of some noise. Yeah. And we are going to turn on... No, not turn... Yeah, turn on sessions indicator so I can see. Okay. We're going to anchor VWAP to the 830 open. We do this for Bitcoin because Bitcoin trades with equities pretty well. And I do 830 anchor VWAP because that's pre-market. That's actually 930. There we go. That's when futures open. So that's when you start to get the US liquidity going. You can see we're in this little triangle here. So this is what I missed. I missed the breakout and I missed the retest and continuation. Would have absolutely loved to have caught this pullback right here on the VWAP and then launch the 4-hour resistance, I do believe. So we actually have this little move up right here. So I just blocked all of that off because we tapped it here, and again. But you can see here on the 4-hour, we have broken above the dynamic reactor, and we're currently back testing it. If this can get a bounce, then maybe we'll be looking good, but our money flow is still in the red, suggesting a little bit of underlying weakness in here. So, but we did get the pop on the True 7 and the Trend Fusion, aka momentum oscillator. And, you know, we led us to a nice little pop here. I mean, that's the pop above the 0 line happened on this one. Then you get the pullback, and then you get continuation. Now, the problem with this particular move here, let's go down to that 1 hour. Let's turn off some noise. There we go. Potential problem for this move is that it is still corrective. Because we did not get much follow through here. But right now, we're staring at an ABC correction. And if it's corrective going into resistance, that might have been the last pop. Maybe. Maybe we will get another move tomorrow. We have FOMC tomorrow. Now, the key thing about tomorrow, guys, is the volatility. Maybe a little bit of volatility on the rate decision. However, I think most of the volatility will happen during Powell's presser. And that'll be 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to see, is he going to be hawkish? Or is he going to be like super hawkish, medium hawkish, light hawkish, neutral? Doubt he'll be dovish at all. We'll see, but I doubt it. So we've got this correction going on. Now inside that, you have 3-wave move to the upside, all corrective. What's a better color? Green? I just want to be able to see it. Another 3-wave move to the downside. That is corrective. Of course, this is naturally corrective. And then 1, 2, and 3. So right now, it's just corrective. However, comma, pause for effect. Shout out to Army Piper. We could have possibly started an impulse, a bullish impulse. This is your hopium, okay? You got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. Wave 3 took out the high, so that's good. That's solid. Now, if this is the case and this pops off here, we see a continuation higher, we break this high, then we are potentially looking at an even bigger 5-wave structure. But I don't... it would have to start here because this is corrective. Yeah, because this would need to be a 5-wave move to the upside. Let's see. Gotta go to the shorter time frames. Yeah, this... Yeah, that's just a corrective structure in there. So the only way for this to be a bullish impulse is if we literally just started it down here and we put in, this is our first wave that we're in right now. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However it plays out. But I mean, if this is wave 1 and we get a pullback, then it's going to be should be a pretty nice wave 3 in there. Getting above 100K. That's the bullish opium. Preferably not a pullback down to there. Maybe on top of the highs. And then continuation. That's the bullish opium. Now the problem is, even on a 1 hour, we see the money flow dipping back below the 0 line. Momentum is coming down, trying to curve out here. And we got the true 7 below the 0 line as well. So everything's pointing down or below the 0 line. If the trend fusion was getting down below the 0 line as well, then I would definitely be considering short. But I mean, this is still playing into the thesis I've had, right? Is it on the blowfin chart? Yeah. Now I did have a path tool that was from here down to here up to here. But that is pretty much negated. Did not get the pullback as far as I thought we would. But what if it did right here? But you can see we're just hovering around the dynamic reactor on the 1 hour. We haven't been able to hold it for support ever since we've first broke it after the big down move over here. Break above, break below. Break above, break below. Consolidate, pop. Okay, let's see. Are we going to come down here to about $90,900? 91,000? Right around that area and get a bounce. I mean, we do have demand there. This would be a demand zone. Mike out here trying to get himself in mod. Telling people to like. Honestly, feels like today's prices are priced in for tomorrow's rate cut, and it's all a giant sell the news event, just like Nvidia earnings. Afterglow Gaming, thank you for being here. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, I mean, I don't totally disagree because, I mean, my thesis has been this is what we were going to do, and then this is what will follow. Complete the bear flag, and then push down. Now, we didn't get the move down here and bounce off, so it's not really ideal for the bear flag. However, I have seen similar structures where it just kind of front runs the lows, puts in the a nice corrective move, and then just rolls over. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, goodness. Back is getting a little bit better. I started doing some different types of stretches, so that's good. Problem is, I had to lift a heavy duty pool pump today, and that was not good on the back, but getting better. I will preach lumbar support now forever because it has been helping a lot. Getting old, man, getting old. So yeah, the levels up here is we got the bigger one is a weekly fair value gap. The one on the inside is a daily fair value gap. That's where I'm kind of looking for some resistance. Now, I was looking at the charts earlier today, and I was, I like to try and find previous price action like I did right here. I mean, this was more of just like a measured move. This is just this right here. That's all this is. So I just wanted to do like a measured move and see how that played out. Funny enough, it's kind of messes with this demand zone. So kind of weird. But anyway, bullish scenario, pop up, back test, continuation. I actually don't want to see this, okay? Because I'll show you. So earlier today, I was looking for some price action that was similar to our current price action. And I found this one right here. So we'll just pull this. We'll take this over here. Treasury sapped over 750 billion from the markets. Bitcoin's highly volatile upon liquidity like that. The rate cuts and easing isn't going to make up for the money the government has been stashing. Bearish. I crushed my C4 spine. I'm 24, been on disability almost a year. It's still hard to walk. Back pain, no joke, man. Get better soon. Hey, man, shout out to you. Appreciate that. And yeah, man, same to you. Hate hearing that, especially for someone so young. It really sucks, but I think you'll get better. Treasury sapped over 750 billion. So I was listening to good old Meet Kev today, and he was talking about Tomo. Something operations, something. Basically, it's like he called it like QE light. The Fed had to, whatever it was, markets took it as bullish, if not just temporarily, but kind of bullish. I need to move this because it's looking confusing. But you can see we get the you get the down move. Right? Down move, you get the bounce, you get the correction, you get the correction, you get the run up, you get the run up, You pull back down, pull back down. Now this takes out the low. Okay? This takes out the low. Boom. Come down, take out the low. And then we'll see if it wants to do this. Now, I was making the argument in the Discord today. Make sure you join the Discord. That I would prefer this long 2 month or so long. I mean, we're getting into February over here, March. If we are to put in a new all-time high, we would have to do a couple, 2 or 3 months or a quarter, well, 2 or 3 months of some structure building in here. So it's a base building. We want to build the base and then break out and go. If, this is the argument that I was making in the Discord, is that if this just goes ahead and goes from here, I pretty much, I really don't like that. Depending on the wave structures, if they are impulsive, then maybe it'll play out, but I don't want it to just go, And I almost would rather it just come down, take this low. If it sweeps this low, I mean, then you're still looking at, potential come up into resistance and then roll over. I just, I don't know, man. I said once the rate cut, I was saying it for like 2, almost 3 years probably. And that's that once the rate cut cycle actually begins, then I think that it would be bearish. And that timeline is really kind of lining up. I mean, we've been getting rate cuts already. I mean, they're only 25 points, so not really going to get much from that. Hey, Kelly, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you for being here. B Team Crypto, what's going on, my guy? Melissa LBC OG, what's going on? How you doing? Did Alex's show just end? All right, let's get back to the trades. So that's the general thesis, bearish, bullish, all the scenarios. Now, what about immediate short term? I don't know. I tend to like to wait until after FOMC to really find some direction. That's the word I was looking for. Direction. Let's go to Bybit chart. Actually, yeah, let's get rid of all this. It's so many. Yeah, get rid of it. All right. Turn this on. Turn this on. Turn this on. And anchor VWAP to 830. Boom. Okay, let's turn off Market Oracle real quick. All right. So I was talking about how... So this is market open. We come down, bounce off the low. Looks like we created some relatively equal lows, by the way. Break above the highs, pull back to VWAP, big bullish engulfing candle. That's my go long signal. Ride it to the upside. All right. So I just flat out missed this one. I mean, I watched... I think when I actually got back to the chart, I think it was right around, I think it was this candle. So I actually could have rode this up, but I'm not jumping in a trade like that. That's just FOMO, and not going to do that. Don't FOMO into trades. Now, the short idea was this. And I went over this with you guys, I think last night. Or maybe a couple nights ago. I don't know. But it's the SFP. And that's if you get a break of a high, of a swing high or swing low, but you just wick, and then the next candle, or that candle closes above it, or below it rather, sorry, in this instance, below it or above it, depending on high or low. Sweep, that's your SFP when you get the close below. And then on the hourly, we came up, we took the high on the hour, and then we started to come back down, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go. Let's drop down. And I actually, legitimately, I was on the, I was on the 1 minute. Or 3. I was on a 3 minute. Maybe it was the 1 minute. Just today? Yeah. Well, I saw the exhaustion. I guess it was the 1 minute. Many will say degen. And I will say, not me. What's going on, Trade Intuition viewers? Thank you all for joining me. Bingo and a bango. Yeah, so actually, this is it might have actually taken me out. Because I think I was trying to get in here, or I did get in here. Yeah, I got in here, and then it just stagnated, and it started to move up, so I cut the trade. And then it went up, and it got some exhaustion, and then it came back down. I think I got in another one, and then I just got out. I got out somewhere over here. And I was not happy about it because it just continued to dump from there. But it is what it is. I was like, man, sweep of the 1 hour candle high off of an SFP. Obvious little last little build up here. We're building shorts. This is where we're building shorts. Last little push. And then sell off. This goes to take out highs or stop losses to get the push to the downside. This is exhaustion. This is like your exhaustion wick here. And this was actually the sweep of the previous hourly high. And that's why I got into the trade. And then once again, cold feet, I guess. I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's mostly, I don't have this, I swear, I do not have this issue when I'm just home trading. It's only when I'm at work. But yeah, right now, same, I caught the long pre-wick. That's nice. $5-minute. I was considering a long pre-stream off this bounce here, but below VWAP, below the 830 VWAP from earlier today. Let's go to the low. Let's take the low here, still below that. Anytime you're below VWAP, you kind of want to favor shorts. Anytime you're above is when you will want to favor longs. And we're just below. I mean, we're even below this swing high VWAP. I actually did pretty well with Sol both directions today. Got lucky. Ain't no luck to it, my friend. LBC, I got in 93,826 and got scared out. Yeah, we got to stop that. All set. We got to stop. Hey, Jesus saves. What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for being here. It's so funny when Harv's like, Jesus. Jesus. Chosen one. I'm coming. Chosen one. I'm coming. Chosen one. I'm coming. So right now we're getting a back test of the Monday high. So we took the Monday high, and now we're back testing the Monday high. We've got a pullback here to the 50 on this move here. Come on. What are you doing? Why are you? There we go. Yeah, so we're at the 50. This is another reason why I was considering taking a long to the upside here. I don't really like the underlying weakness in here right now. And I can still see us getting down to at least the golden pocket of this push up. Now, of course, if I go from the absolute low to this high, we're still sitting at that 50. Maybe it wasn't that one. Maybe it was this one, because this... No, that was it. I mean, it's bouncing right off to 382 on this one. Come down to the 50, 91. 91's coming up again. 91.1, kind of front run it a little bit if it gets down there. It's just dead. Not going to get anything during the stream. Anything else moving? Solana's flat. What is that level? Why do I have that marked? Weekly? Oh, 12-hour fair value gap? Yeah. Mino likey. Hey, but here's that. Not really. I was going to say head and shoulders, but... I don't know, but this is kind of... Why coffee... I'd actually expect lower, potentially, before higher. Let's invert the scale so we can see what we think from an unbiased viewpoint. Actually, something like that absolutely would not surprise me. It's one of those things where it's like a breakout, fake out. Breakout, fake out. And then, boom. Push back down, come for the lows. Lows, lows, lows. Liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. That's all I see is liquidity. Liquidity. Of course, that would be a move to the upside. Current year low down here. Wow. It's not that far off from the yearly low, huh? Well, that came in. Oh, yeah. That was back in April during the Liberation Day stuff. JR and T.I. Joe. It's JR here. LBC is a beast. You're a beast, homie. You're a beast. See you walking that treadmill, bro. I couldn't be doing it. I could not be doing it. I'd be out of breath. Too many years of smoking. Yeah, I quit. But still. Ayo Unhinged Live? Was that a streamer? Jay Rizzle the Rizzler. NASDAQ was pretty flat today. It got a little morning pump, just like Bitcoin. Came back down. I say pretty flat, but I pretty much did exactly what Bitcoin did. How we looking here, NASDAQ? You still looking like the rollover? Kind of. Kind of. Bruh. What if it did roll over from here? 13%. To 22,314. I've got like a light headache. It's like more annoying than hurting. I forgot to play music again. You guys got to tell me. You got to let me know. Excuse me. You guys got to let me know what you want, man. I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. What do you need? What do you need from me? I want to help in any way I possibly can. Is there anything specific you want me to go over? Whether it be charts or do we want to talk about some news? We haven't had a good LBC rant in a while. LBC, it's from today's price action. Yeah, probably. It's either that all set or it's the fact that I can't seem to fall asleep before midnight. And not only that, but the kids wearing me down. Or I could just be getting sick because there's a sickness going around. Swing trades. All right, let's see. Ethereum. Ethereum got a nice push today as well. It actually looks even more bullish. That's another thing. We might be getting a quote-unquote alt season. I think that it might be coming up. And I will tell you why. Before I go to the next chart, actually, let's go to the Bitcoin chart. Because I want to show you why. Actually, I think I have a chart for this. Nope, that's watch list. Where's my charts? Cycles? No. Not quite. Maybe I don't. Anyway, I can do it really easily. Let's just do this. Is this Bitstamp? Yep. Okay, so we got a lot of history on this one, so we're going to go to the compare tool, and we are going to type in total. Actually, let's just do ETH. And I'll first add this. And let's see, what about Litecoin? Trying to find some old ones. What are some good ones? It doesn't matter. You'll get the gist of it. So this is what tends to happen. Let's go to the logarithmic. Let's go to the weekly, and let's zoom on out. So when Bitcoin goes into its retrace, I'm going to have to go to the daily so we can actually see the retrace. After Bitcoin tops, when it goes into its retrace is when we get big pumps out of the altcoin market. All right, so this is 2017. So it was after, no, the green is what? Is that Litecoin? Yeah. So Litecoin tends to run with Bitcoin. So, and you can see that here. So Bitcoin and Litecoin in 2017 topped at the same time. But Ethereum and the rest of the altcoins topped when Bitcoin was going into its retrace. So once Bitcoin topped, came down, retrace, that is when Ethereum and a lot of altcoins went on their last push to the upside. And then everything rolled over together. Go to last cycle. See again, Litecoin essentially tops with Bitcoin. They all get the pullback, but then Ethereum goes on to set a new all-time high. And then they all top together. Right here and down. Point is, here, and actually, let me do this. Let's get rid of these, and let's type in total 3. So this is going to be all your altcoins except for Ethereum. Let's put that compare chart on, and you can see it even more dramatically here. You see, you had a nice big run up here, which we have had this cycle. Everything gets the pullback, but this is where Bitcoin tops. Everything gets a pullback. And it was in Bitcoin's retrace rally, which I think this is all this was. I think this was an overextended dead cat bounce or retrace rally before everything topped together and then rolled over. That's why I think psychologically speaking, this was more of the top than this was over here, because this is corrective, and this was just around the top, and this is where all the euphoria was. All the euphoria was right here. I still remember exactly where I was this day. I still remember exactly where I was. I remember exactly what I was doing, because this was, I do believe, this is when Coinbase IPO'd, went public. And I was just like, it was like such a monumental day that a crypto company went public on the stock market. And it ended up being a sell the news event. As expected. Then we got this very long correction and then the final push to the upside. Come back over here. Again, Bitcoin tops, pulls back. Altcoins continue to go and put in new all-time highs. So that's just the general idea. Now we only have a couple of cycles to go off of. But if we come over here, take a look. This would be the first time that Bitcoin and altcoins topped together. But there is a slight possibility that all the profit taken on Bitcoin, we see billions of dollars flood into altcoins. And I don't know if you guys know this about altcoins, but they're low liquidity, which makes them super easy to push. Super easy to push. So this is, I'm going to pretend this is the blue line. Different shade maybe. A little bit more thickness. There we go. So can we get another push on the altcoins as Bitcoin is going into a retrace? That's the $1 million question. Then we look for, we get to the 786. Ooh, nailed that 786. Do we, and then reject? If you reject the 786, then it's pretty much over. If you reject the 50, same deal. But so if we are to get any kind of all season, this is what it would look like, in my opinion. So, do we still have time? Do we have time? Yeah, sure, yeah. I don't care so much about timing as I do just looking at the charts and following history, pretty much. But yeah, and you can see these seem like to be sell-offs to get into Bitcoin, pump up, and then everything just kind of sells off at the same time, which the altcoins have done historically. They sell off with Bitcoin, but then they go on to rally super hard compared to Bitcoin. Everything that sparked that, this whole little segment here, is this ETH BTC, which looks super bullish. ETH versus Bitcoin. When ETH is pumping versus Bitcoin, that means the altcoins are pretty much pumping hard against Bitcoin as well. And when you have these things, when this is pushing to the upside, then you start to see Bitcoin lose its dominance, and then you get some kind of all season. Now, is it going to be like 100x's like across the board doing? No. I mean, let's go to Doge real quick. I mean, I don't think so. The crazy thing is that these things do stuff like this because they're so low liquidity. I mean, just imagine if it did that. I mean, I don't think by any means Doge is going to $18, $20. But just for the sake of, just for shites and gigs, BCH down 5% on one candle. Yeah, look at that. 112 days, 16 bars, 16 weeks. This whole move is 27 weeks. And I don't see that happening. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Here's the thing that's lining up that I don't really care for it because I've been trying to think. It's just like, where is the money going to come from? And here's the thing. Here's what a lot of people don't realize is that as much as we've been talking about tariffs, the tariff inflation hasn't really hit yet. Because Trump and other nations kept agreeing to like 90-day, kick the can down the road type deal. 90-day pause on tariffs with certain countries, whatever, as they work on deals. And so because of that, we've had this delay in actual like tariff activation, implementation. And so we've actually had businesses, when we first heard of the tariffs, you start to get you get businesses buying up a lot of stock. The thing is, we're not really producing a whole lot, and the stock is getting thin. So if the stock gets thin, and then tariffs start to come in, and you got to buy more stock at higher prices, well, what does that mean? That means part of that, 1.5%, maybe more, will get passed down to the consumer. And that 1%, even just half a percent to 1% that gets passed down to the consumer, that's way more than 0.5% or 1% for us, basically. It's because you got to make those margins work. But 1% is enough, especially if you're already at 3% inflation. Then you start getting into 4% inflation. And unless you're getting a 5% raise every single year at 4% inflation, you're losing your purchasing power. You can't buy as much. Demand drops. businesses struggle to make money because demand drops. And this is, this is what Army Piper talks about all the time, stagflation. You just get the stagflation. All that said, what's coming up? Tax season. Tax returns. Now, I don't know. I haven't done my own due diligence on it. Trump says that it's going to be the largest tax refund season ever. Of course, he says he is. Trump himself is the epitome, or no, I should put it differently. Trump himself is the epitome of hyperbole. Everything is hyperbolic. So, we'll see. But I know that the big, beautiful bill cut some taxes. I don't know if we get some more child tax credits. I think we're getting some other stuff. I'm not really sure. So we've got tax season coming up. And then, apparently, we have $2,000 dividend checks coming. Which, roughly $100 to $110 billion package. Trump says it'll come from tariff revenue. Problem with that is, if it's taking from tariff revenue, then you're taking from paying back the debt. But it's not like you're really actually paying back the debt. The numbers still go up because you cut taxes, okay, and you really haven't cut much spending. So you're not really getting a whole lot of revenue. I mean, they've cut a good bit of spending, but I don't think it's been enough. Could be wrong, honestly, but I don't know. So you got all this stuff. So you've got tax season coming. And all of this is more of. This is less of an argument for number go up in assets. This is more of an argument of this is showing a weak economy and people are needing help. Getting $12 billion bailout for the farmers. The second time that's had to happen of Trump's first term, he had to bail out the farmers because his trade policy hurt them. Then happened again. Who could have seen that coming? But point is, people are struggling. That's why they got to get the money. So is that money going to go to assets? I don't know. But all of that kind of leads up to, and especially if we can keep the job market kind of level where it's at right now, if we can keep that kind of level, because right now it's just kind of, we're not really growing, but we're not like losing jobs. Like there's been no like crazy mass layoffs, like just hitting just over and over and over again. But there's also not like a lot of job listings at the same time. So it's kind of like everybody's just like, hurry up and wait, just like everybody's kind of, it's like, all right, we're kind of teetering on something here. And we're teetering on Nvidia is what we're teetering on. If that second that thing sees any kind of negative revenue, we're done. But I don't see that happening. But their cash flow is ridiculous. But now OpenAI, on the other hand, not looking good. If OpenAI goes down, well, I don't know. I don't know how much that really hurts the economy. They're not even public, so. But they do buy Nvidia chips. And that's the important part. But yeah, if we keep the job stable, then we are going to be looking at that soft landing that the Fed wants to stick. Okay. Now, that doesn't, soft landing, that's just a nicer way of saying we're not crashing and burning. Instead, we're kind of just humming along. Just like barely keeping our heads above water until like all the trade stuff gets finalized and worked out, and then we can hopefully start to recover. And we can do that, they call it a glide path. Coming down, stick the landing, and then refuel and continue. So we're coming down like a plane, and we're starting to lift up. Now, what we're gonna find out here in the next probably couple 2-3 months, maybe within the next 2 or 3 months, is if the wheels snap and fall off when we hit the ground. That's what we that's what we're looking for. Okay. Anyways, LBC for president, I would consider it. What's up, JR? Throwing the waves in the chat. Give us BCH. Oh, hola. Listening now, but won't be in the chat. Much love, Wave Riders chat tomorrow. Thank you for just popping by, Johnny December, and saying hello to the chat and everybody there. Thank you for stopping by. Mad love. Appreciate it. BCH. Yeah, I had some squirrel moments last night. Sorry about that. Bitcoin Cash. That money flow on the weekly is looking kind of thick. She thick. But on a daily, little flat, but moving to the upside. If that can go like that on the daily, and the true 7 can stay above the 0 line, same with our momentum oscillator, and they all pop off on the daily, that might launch. I wonder though, got some relatively equal lows. Same here and here. I wonder if we can get a dump tomorrow on Powell's presser, and then get a bullish recovery. Maybe it's something like he starts off being like super hawkish, but then like once the questions start coming in and he starts answering questions, and maybe like certain responses to different things sound dovish, and the market will maybe start to recover a little. And then, yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I think the next candidate for, which I don't really like the pick at all, but as Meet Kevin calls him, a wet blanket. But Kevin Hassett is considered, has been tapped, or at least is a candidate for the next FOMC chair. Now, the thing about Kevin Hassett is he's a Trump simp, for lack of a better phrase. He will do whatever Trump wants him to do. Now, it is a committee, so I'm pretty sure they vote on what they want to do as far as like rate decisions. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if he can just do willy-nilly whatever he wants. But then you have Fed Waller, who I believe is a big Trump guy. So, and he's been calling for rate cuts and other ones. And so there's a chance that Hassett is let's get in it, let's start cutting because that's what Trump wants to do. So let's just do it. Why don't we listen to the president? We're not an independent agency. We're just supposed to act like one, guys. Come on. What are we doing? When you're not even when we're just supposed to act like an independent agency, okay? We're not supposed to actually be one. We're supposed to tell the people that inflation is transitory, okay? So they don't freak out, they don't panic. People can't handle the truth. People don't want the truth. They want us to lie to them. Of course. Of course. We all knew that. PCH. Sorry, another squirrel moment. I don't know, man. This chart's kind of ugly. I really don't like this chart. Okay. Getting a little bounce off the 0.236. Let's actually go back to the weekly. Let's zoom out. Last up candle. So that's going to be our supply zone. So I would think the BCH would at least get into the supply zone and get back maybe even over $1,000. The golden pocket does sit at $1,054, but you're looking at and even if it gets up to the 786, you're still only looking at a little bit over a double up for Bitcoin Cash. It's already done a 5x off the lows, 6x off the lows. So, yeah, which is kind of crazy. Let's turn on handy dandy schmandy indicators. Let's put on, let's put a VWAP on the low. That's 2023. We are on the weekly. Come on, where are you at? This low. Okay. Yeah, I'd still would be mindful, especially of these lows in here. We do have the dynamic reactor here, the weekly dynamic reactor down here. Top side of that's 425.26. Let's go to the 4 hour. Actually, no, daily. It's just on the weekly. We're going to top down. 527 dynamic reactor there. The problem is this price action is corrective. It's not. You're coming back down. You're tapping a high. I mean, you can continue off of that. I just don't really care for jagged moves like that. When I see an impulse, or when I want to get an impulse, I want it to be like that. I want to be breaking a high on that third wave. I don't want to be pushing up and then pulling back and taking back a whole nother 50%. Just about of a range. Not on this one. I want to see that on the wave 2 pullback. So if this is wave 1, push up. Let's go to the 4 hour, kind of separate these candles a little bit. Getting a back test on the 4 hour dynamic reactor, which is coming on top of these highs. I'd still want to see a bounce here, but oh yeah. But this is not it. Now this could be a wave 2 correction actually. Impulse off the lows, wave 2 correction, and then a continuation. That's why you gotta go to the lower time frames. ABC and then higher. That actually could be a wave 2 correction. It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that kind of lines up. probably extend this a little bit over, push this a little bit over time-wise. Kind of the structure that I would look for. So if we come and we break this pretty strong, I would we break that, I would drop down to the 15 and then look for the pullback inside here. So you break this high at 6 something, 6 like 610. Pull back down on top on the 15 minute and then get a continuation to the upside. That's what I'll be looking for potential long. It's honestly the scenario I want to play out on Biddy. A lot of things are looking like a multi 1-2 impulse. Yeah. A 1-2 1-2. It's kind of what I was also considering here on Bitcoin. If this doesn't turn into a bear flag. The only thing is on this one, I mean, you can have impulses start off in what I call mid-air, like right here. So this could have been just like the last exhaustion. Just bulls just happen to step in right here, and then we get a big push to the upside. And that could have been the first wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of what you want to see. I think you might be talking potentially impulse. I don't know. Impulse 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. No. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. What are we going to do here, Bitcoin? Looks like Asia doesn't want to do anything. Golly. Talk about flat. Like, this is why I can't trade Asia. Why I can't trade while I'm live. Because most of the time it just looks like this. Just dead. Especially while I'm live. I mean, some moves, you can catch some moves sometimes, typically, before I go live. I mean, even... So Asia started here. I mean, you could have caught this little down move here, I guess. Not really much to go off of here as far as an entry. Could have taken this swing demand zone, or a supply zone. Get the pull back to it, but stop above the highs, come back to it again, and then you come down, take profit at the low. Could have taken that. This looks like maybe a completed flag of some kind. Breakdown. Aggressive move. Still could see lower. Got relatively equal lows over here. I think it might come down and sweep those before it continues to the upside. Go to the hourly. No, this is going to be a one big. That's too big of a supply zone. Got this one right there. 15-minute. All right. So what I want to see is take out that low. Come into a fair value gap. Bounce. Pull back. Come up to here. And then we'll see what it does from there. Well over time. Again. Sorry. check in. Triple 1-2 on Biddy. Gotcha. A lot of things are looking like a multi 1-2 impulse. 0.5 to 0.75 rotation, maybe lid. Clean that double top. Yeah. I need a golden parachute. Starts off. Good afternoon, dump. Yeah. Good afternoon, dump. What's the poly market odds? 98%? 99%? What's our Fed watch tool say? On our rate cut. $87.6%. And that was after okay jobs data today. So probably going to get the cut. 0.25 or 25 basis points, whatever you want to call it. So the important thing will be Powell's presser. So just make sure, I'd say between 2 and 245, maybe even 3. Let the dust settle a little bit. Maybe don't trade if you're fairly new to trading, especially. But even pro traders can get caught in some liquidity sweeps and some volatility while during the Fed Chair Powell press conference. Getting tired. All right, guys. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind following me on X at Lunar Beaches, hitting the like button on your way out, and subscribing to the channel if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified for whenever I create new content, when I go live. I intend to start recording some concept videos, strategy videos, just evergreen videos in general. And I need to get back to creating some shorts. I haven't seen any timestamps in the chat. Got single prints on the 4-hour all through that section as well. I agree. Great stream. Thank you, T.I. Joe. Appreciate you, brother. Getting a little move up right now. I don't know if it's going to come to the downside. We'll see. We still have some resistance above us. We got to get above. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm live Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, and sometimes I go a little bit over my time. One of these days I will stream for 2, 3, 4 hours. No joke. And we'll be killing it. That's one day. But we're going to manifest it. Oh, I didn't go over this. I got to do this real quick because I've been going over it with you guys. So I need to do this. All right. So I did tell you guys. So yesterday, during last night's stream, I was at $5,067 balance. Told you about the couple of trades I made today. The sells and the buys. So yeah, yeah, I actually lost. Why are these in weird orders? Why are these not? Okay. What is this sorting by? Order ID? Okay, there we go. All right, so that was the first trade. Second trade. First trade was positive 102. Second trade was minus 10. Third trade was minus 24. That was the oopsie one. Minus 9 was... It was a sell? Oh, I remember now. Okay. Wait, that's net. Dang, you took three $3 off me, bro. 3.30. What was I? Okay, yeah. So I remember now. 5 minute. So actually, it was the 3. So I'd actually gotten in here because I saw the weakness. I saw the rejection of this fair value gap. So I hopped in the trade. Went short. And I was looking to come down lower. Then it just went against me, and as it was moving to the upside, I just closed the trade, took the small $7 loss, whatever it was, and then well, it ended up being $9. Then I made back $3, and that was the one when I hopped in here and got out like here instead of holding it to at least the low. That's okay. That's okay. We'll do better next time. Just hold the trade. Hold the trade. Hold the line. Stick to the game plan. Hold the trade. See, what happened was I saw it coming up, and I had my stop loss just above the high. And I was like, well, it still has some legs. I was looking at the money flow. Saw the money flow was still thick. This is another thing that got me in trouble. Was money flow was still pretty thick right here in this area on the 5, or even on the 3 minute, especially on the 5. But I was seeing the weakness as we were moving to the upside and putting in bearish divergences. We put in another one right here. And so I was like, oh, I mean, at least I could probably scalp a pullback. And so that was my thinking on that. I was thinking, all right, so money flow might still be green. However, we've been pushing pretty hard. We swept the 1 hour high. SFP on the 1 hour. I should at least be able to catch a pullback. So that was my thinking on that. And I just chickened out of the trade. It is what it is. No mas. Can't do that anymore. But I share my journey with you guys. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you can learn from it. And yeah, open and honest is the only way. It's the only way. So full transparency. Anyways. All right, guys. The fees are crazy. Yeah, they are. I mean, they were $1,000 trades. So $3 ain't too bad. So yeah, we'll move on. We'll get to the next one. It'll all be good. Tomorrow though, it'll be a busy one. Lots of volatility. So be safe. Tight stop losses. Okay. We'll wait for the dust to settle. Unless you just see an absolute A+ setup. Even then, make sure you set that stop loss and stick to it. Do not add to any losers. Cut losers short. And let winners ride. But outside of that, guys, I will see you all tomorrow bright and early. No, I will see you in the chats bright and early. But I will see you right back here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, thank you all for joining me this evening. And thank you for all of your kindness and support. Thank you all of those that hop in the Discord and say good morning every morning. I do appreciate that. We need more talkers. But we'll get there. JR is also posting trades in there in the crypto trading channel, so y'all might want to check that out. Check out the my channels as well, or my channels. Check those out. And I've been trying to post charts more frequently. I'm still been very heavily on Bitcoin, but I'm trying to change that up. That's why I set that up to where I'm like, all right. This might make me feel a little more obligated to post the charts. So that's what I'm going to try to do. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Mad love. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will catch you all in the next one. Mad love. God bless. Peace out. Bye.
Yeah, oceans crashing, moonlight flashing, wave riders rise up, ride the waves, ride the waves. Wave riders, on Lunar Beaches, we don't care. Ride the wave, wave riders, wave riders. Storms may crash, but we stay brave. Ride the wave, Mod queen, mod boss, Alexandra GGG. Holding down the tide, keep the chaos off me. Melissa one love, spreading light through the dark. In the middle of the storm, she the flame, she the spark. Jesus saved 77, bringing blessings in the fight. Standing tall with the crew every day, every night. Harp with the metal horns, energy insane. Bang your head to the beat, let it flow through your veins. Wave riders, ride the waves, ride the waders, ride the waders. On Lunar Beaches, we don't care. Ride the waves, ride the waves. Maybe and Danish got the rhythm on lock. Polarific flow when the market gon' drop. All set, grinding steady, always working on the charts. Never back down, heat of brains, heat of heart. Can't leave the and stomping hard on the snakes. Big steps, crushing all the fear that it takes. Jay Rizzo moving silent ninja art in his hand. Duality sees an alien, not from this land. Wave riders, stand tall. Wave riders, break wall. Through the storm, we don't cave. Ride the waves, ride the waves. Wave riders, ride the waves. Wave riders, wave riders. Storms may crash, but we stay brave. Ride the waves, ride the waves. Wave riders, wave riders. Forever etched in the tide, we pave. Ride the waves, ride the waves. Mod queen, mod boss, hold the line. Alexandra, kick your G, power redefined. Melissa, one love, kindness in the storm. Jay Rizzo strikes, crypto artist born. Duality, see, not of this world. Alien truths in the waves unfurled. Jesus saves, blessings light the path. Heart throws the horns, thunder in the blast. Maybe a band-aid, rhythm breaks the cage. All set, grinding, eat the charts with rage. Kelly the caliphate stomps through the hate. Together we rise, together we shake. We wave riders, we ride or we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. In midnight echoes neon in the sky. Future in our veins, we were born to defy. Silent in the build, then the break comes loud. Wave riders forever, we stand unbowed. Legends on the crest never fade away. Crypto tide rising, we seize the day. Deep in the current, we bend but don't break. Together we rise, together we quake. We wave riders, we ride or we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. We wave riders, wave rider we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. Cheers.